Hello folks, how are you doing today? Hope you're well. I feel like over the last few weeks I'm getting all these questions coming in on my channel and I've been able to answer some of them, but sometimes there's just too many questions or there's too many really great questions which I think it's not really fair just answering a little comment. So I'm going to do a proper answer today. The first one I had, which I've been wanting to answer for a long time, I can't remember who sent this in, but they asked, what's the most difficult thing about being abroad? Like, what's the most difficult thing, I guess, about being a British person who lives far away in another country, in another culture? And I've actually got a really great story to answer that. When I came to Brazil for the first time, I was probably about 10 years ago. I didn't really know anything about here. I didn't know the language at all. I couldn't speak Portuguese, not even a little bit. And there was a lot of things that were really difficult for me here because there wasn't that many people who spoke English. But probably the most difficult thing for me here at that time was getting my hair cut. Now let me explain about that because it sounds quite stupid, but I was really shy and embarrassed to go to the hairdresser and get my hair cut because it was difficult for me to speak to them and tell them what I wanted to do, and also when they asked me questions about what I wanted with my hair, it was difficult for me to answer. So yeah, getting my hair cut was a huge difficult challenge the first time I came here. I ended up going 6 months without a haircut the first time I was here. So by the end of the 6 months, I was this big hairy, bushy hair guy. It was getting a bit ridiculous. Honestly, it's difficult to explain, but getting my hair cut here was really difficult. Good to get that off my chest. Yeah, the problem is I didn't really know how to speak to people who didn't speak English. So it was difficult for me to go into a hairdresser and say I want my hair cut and I want this and I want that, I want a short back and size or whatever. It just was very difficult. But I guess nowadays I've been cured of that. I do get my hair cut even though it looks a bit messy at the moment. And today actually I'm going to go to the hairdresser and get my hair cut. I actually have a favourite hairdresser here in Vitoria, which I go all the time because it's superb. And in fact, this hairdresser is probably my favourite hairdresser in all of the world. Like, I love these guys, they really do a great job. The hairdresser is called Vanguarda, and it's a nice little shop here in the neighbourhood, and they do a really great job every time I go in. Booked an appointment there today for a haircut and also a beard trim. I need to get my hair looking better because we're actually going on a bit of a journey tomorrow. We are travelling to Sao Paulo. I always have this weird thing where I get my hair cut before we go travelling. When you go on a trip, it's just nice to have your hair cut fresh, you know what I mean? I'm not going to make any secrets about the trip tomorrow, we're just going, it's Sao Paulo, and if any of you guys are there, hit me up on any of my social medias, on the comments below of things I should do, places to go, you know, places to eat. I will gratefully appreciate any of your advice if you are from Sao Paulo. I'm really excited. I've been to Sao Paulo a few times before. It's a really cool, bustling city with lots of things to do. We are flying early in the morning tomorrow. That answers the first question of this vlog, which is, what was the most difficult thing for me to do as a foreigner here in Brazil? And there you go, getting my hair cut is number one on that list. That might be surprising, but there you go. I'm off myself to staying home, doing some work, and I am off to the hairdresser. For those of you who asked about my flu, by the way, thank you very much for your concern. I actually feel a lot better now. It was not mosquito related, it wasn't dengue or Zika virus or anything like that. Anyway, late for my appointment. I'm absolutely amazed that I got parked. Every time I come to this hairdresser, there's like a kind of group of shops here. I've never ever been able to get parked, but we're in today, so I'm really happy about that. Not too bad. Just getting home, guys. I'm not sure what Tekka is going to think. Ta-da! Nice. Told everybody that you don't like my beard short.
Don't like when it's too straight here.
But you like it? Guys, I'm back from the hairdresser. What do you think? Looks alright. Quite short around the back and sides. But yeah, I'm quite happy with it. I wanted to get shorter just because of the heat and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I'm back at my computer. I've got a lot to do because we are travelling tomorrow and it's going to be difficult to get everything done in the time that I have left. But I wanted to do a couple of question and answers because I started doing earlier on and answered one question only, and I wanted to continue and get a few more done because you guys have been asking some cool questions. So, Hannah asks, do I work in Brazil? Yes, I do. Me and my wife have got a company here. It's a little bit too boring to talk about on this vlog. Yehuda asked me, am I a DJ as well? Yes, sometimes I DJ, but just for fun. It's nothing too serious. You'll see on my videos I do from time to time DJ at different places. Shaun, another Shaun, asks me, when am I coming back to Scotland? I am coming back to Scotland in the next month or two. I think it's the end of June I'll be back in town. I'll be spending summer, European summer in Scotland, as always. I'm really looking forward to it.
Sorry, I can't do that.
What the hell? Siri just talked to me for no apparent reason. Someone else has asked me, have I ever been to Recife in the northeast of Brazil? No, I haven't, but I would very much like to go. Victor asked me, how long will I stay in Brazil? Well, the thing is, I actually live here for a good part of the year, so although I do travel out of the country to go back home to Scotland for the summer, for example, as I just said a minute ago, I will always be coming back to Brazil. Rafael Mota asked me, do you think having a second channel in Portuguese would be more time consuming than putting subtitles on my videos? To be honest, I think there won't be much in it, you know, because I already have the setup here for making my videos and it's quite slick, to be honest. Translating everything on every video I do would really take a long time. Just trust me, it's something, you know, I have thought about quite a lot recently, and you know, translations is something, it's difficult for me because I don't write very well in Portuguese. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be the answer. I still think a second Portuguese channel is the answer. I'm thinking about that at the moment. Somebody commented, Izzy Nobody brought me here. Well, that's awfully cool to hear because Izzy is a great YouTuber from Brazil who lives in Canada. He has two channels, one in Portuguese and one in English, and he is a really, really great guy and you should check him out, definitely. I'll put the links down below. Keiko says to me, I could always ask someone from Brazil to do the translations for me, one of the people who watch the vlog. I don't really know how that works. If you've got more information about that, you can hit me up. Another one is not really a question, but Kay Alice said, I speak too fast. Yes, I'm working on that. I'm trying to speak slower because I realise I've got a strong Scottish accent and I do speak a little bit fast, but I'm going to work on that. I had one question which I really, really liked, and it was from someone called Chemistry Atomistic. In Portuguese, I'm going to translate it roughly. Do you think you lose a lot of quality of life in here in Brazil in comparison with Scotland? That one right there in the middle. Now, I think that is a fantastic question because there is a lot going on in Brazil right now. For those of you who don't know, the political situation in Brazil today is absolutely tense. There is so much going on, and basically the politicians have not been looking after the country very well. There has been a great financial crisis, and you know, there's lots of opinions on who's to blame for that. Not really for me to get into, but you know, let's just say the crisis has meant that things have been quite difficult for everybody. So there's a lot of discussion at the moment about lifestyle here and how everybody's getting on. And a lot of people, a lot of Brazilians, they always say, you know, things are better outside of Brazil, America, Europe, whatever, why don't we go there? I think you have to look at the big picture here because, in my opinion, it's kind of like a balance. Okay, so I'm from Scotland. Scotland is a small country and it is a great, beautiful country with really cool people and is a great place to live. You do have a very good quality of life. But on the other hand, here in Brazil, I mean, I'm going to take the good parts here, but in Brazil is a very, very beautiful country with great weather, great food, really amazing people, and has a lot going for it as well, and is a very good place to live. Now, I understand completely that there's quite a lot of crime here in Brazil, which makes it quite a dangerous place at times. You have to watch what you're doing, that is definitely true. If I take myself and look at my lifestyle and the things I like doing and balance them both out of Scotland and Brazil, you know, there is things on one place which are perhaps better and things in another place which are better, and it's very, very difficult to say which is best, and it depends entirely on the person and what you prefer doing in your life. I am a person who's very outdoors. I love to be outdoors. Scotland offers a lot of great outdoor things to do and very beautiful, beautiful scenery, beautiful beaches. The problem we have there is the weather is terrible. Scotland summer is beautiful, but we have a very, very short summer for 2, maybe 3 months at the maximum, where temperatures, you know, will average 18, 19, 20 degrees. So it does limit what you can do outside. And we've got some beautiful mountains and highlands and all that kind of stuff, but the weather does put a downer on it, so that becomes difficult. Whereas over here, you've also got amazing, beautiful countryside, beautiful scenery, and you've got the weather all year round where you can enjoy it. You know, so there is a plus for somebody like me who is outdoors. I can spend a lot of time outside here, on the beach, wherever, in nice weather and enjoy it. In Scotland you can't do that, you can only really do it in the summer. If we look at things like security, well, yeah, you could say Scotland's a little bit of a safer place, statistically speaking. There the infrastructure is quite good. In Brazil the infrastructure has a long way to go, if we're all being honest here. If we look at Scottish people are very open, welcome and friendly, which is actually quite a rare thing in Europe. People across Europe are not really like that. Us Scots are quite nice people. But when you come to Brazil, it's on a new level. When I came here the first time, like, I fell in love with the place, principally because of the people. The people were absolutely amazing. They were so warm, welcome, friendly, and it took me 10 minutes to feel completely at home here, just because the people were so nice. So that is a massive plus for Brazil. I do understand there's lots of things going on now in Brazil which makes people doubt whether this is a country to be or not. There's a lot of Brazilians that are saying the Olympics should not be here. If I look at the balance of things, Brazil or Scotland, it's very difficult. And you know, that's why I live kind of the life I lead at the moment, which is kind of half and half. Me and my wife Tekka, we live half of the year in Brazil, at least at the moment. We live half of every single year right here in Brazil, but we also live half of the year, maybe less than half of the year, but we live part of the year in the United Kingdom as well. So we kind of have the best of both worlds at the moment. You know, we're quite lucky in that sense. Yeah, so it's a difficult question. I like both. But anyway, listen, I can't hang around today because, as I say, we are travelling very early tomorrow morning. And unfortunately that means that I'm not going to be able to post a vlog tomorrow because I'm not sure how the internet situation is going to be. I hope you have a great weekend and I'll catch up with you guys again really soon.